Okay, here we go. Today we have Dirk, one of the co-founders of the Black Disciples. Welcome to VladTV.
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Okay, so this is our first time sitting down. So I want to get into your whole story, starting from the very beginning. So you grew up in Chicago?
Yes, I did. I'm originated from Robbins, Illinois, where I was born at, but I was brought to Chicago to be born. I didn't return back to Chicago until 1958, which I was 4 years old at that time.
Okay, so what area in Chicago were you living in as a teenager?
Inglewood area.
Okay, so at that time in Inglewood, a group of young men, including you, actually formed a group together. And tell me about that group.
I did not form that group during that time. That group was already present. You had the Devil Disciples, you had the Gonzatos, and you had the Speed King, which my brother was king of the Speed Kings at that time, which name was Pluto. The Devil Disciples came about from a guy by the name of Laverne. And he was the one that originally started the Devil Disciples. Then David came in after him and took over. And when David took over, that's where really I fall in at, because that's who I really knew. That's who I really came in up under, was David Barksdale.
Now, at the time, the area where you guys were living, it was originally a white neighborhood, but then more black people started to move into that neighborhood, and that kind of caused some friction between some of the white kids in that area. Is that correct?
No, sir, not to my knowledge. To my knowledge, we always live mainly around black peoples. The areas where you talking about is where the Stones generated from. They were the one mostly caught up in the white neighborhoods throughout there.
Okay. So when you guys formed, well, number one, the Devil's Disciples, that was around before you?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And do you know why they were called the Devil's Disciples?
All I know was from what different leaders had spoke on, such as OG, brothers like Prince Oldtimer, and others. It came from a Bible. They was all reading the Bible. They was into the Bible. They got the disciple name from the Bible. And from now, they attached Devil Disciples to it.
Okay. So what year did you actually join this group?
I came in like, when I was 7 years old, I was first picked up for holding coats from some of the friends of mine that was stealing out of Walgreens on 63rd and Halsted at the time. I can actually say from 65 on up, that's when I really began to get involved.